Mother Rabbit birthed 7 bunnies at once, scaring Father Rabbit into fleeing overnight. Their already bare home, a mere shack, was made even worse by this change. Mother Rabbit, unable to earn a living, could only weep all day. Fortunately, her eldest son, just 1 month old, was exceptionally sensible. Seeing his haggard mother and hungry siblings, he volunteered to work at a factory screwing parts to support the family. Rabbit Mother's heart was heavy, a mix of pain for her young child having to bear life's burden so early, and pride in her thoughtfulness and care for the family. She held back her tears, smiled, hugged her eldest son, and nodded, agreeing to this difficult decision. That afternoon, the eldest rabbit set off with his simple luggage, embarking on his journey to work. Within his small frame lay the determination to support the entire family, and finally, a faint glimmer of hope appeared for their lives. But who could have imagined that fate's turning point would come so suddenly? At this moment, on the turbulent beach, a massive conch was being slowly dragged ashore by several ponies. Big Rabbit had read some fairy tales, vaguely recalling that conches could grant wishes. So, with a what-if attitude, he whispered into the shell's opening, hoping his family could live a better life. This was just a casual remark to comfort himself, but to his surprise, several clear responses suddenly echoed from inside the conch. No problem. The surprise was so sudden, Big Rabbit was overjoyed, dancing with delight. Compared to the hardships of poverty, what was a little risk like this? In a flash, a wondrous situation unfolded. When the Big Rabbit emerged from the conch shell, a massive sea turtle suddenly appeared before its eyes. The turtle, as if long acquainted, politely offered its shell as a small boat to the Big Rabbit. The Big Rabbit sat inside, and 2 delicate water flowers surprisingly became the power source, pushing the shell rapidly forward, so fast it seemed to have a motor. Along the way, the underwater scenery was tranquil and beautiful. Before they knew it, night quietly fell. Even more magically, the shell suddenly lifted into the air, carrying the Big Rabbit to wander through the brilliant starry sky. No need to discern if it's real or a dream. Just immerse yourself in this rare, tranquil peace. It played with the moon for a moment, then the moon blew a puff of magic air. In an instant, the vast sky became a playground, and the twinkling stars formed a staircase. The Big Rabbit finally knew what it meant to be truly carefree. Following the stars' guidance, it hopped and skipped into a forest, and after passing through layers of trees, a clear little pond appeared before its eyes. By the pond, a frog wearing a crown stood quietly. It gently clapped its hands, and immediately strings of bubbles rose in the pond. Delicate lotus flowers bloomed in response, and a graceful mother frog leaped out of the water and began a joyful dance. Its dance was free and natural. Every movement exuded vibrant joy, twisting its agile body to its heart's content, fully showcasing the beauty of vitality. But just as this peaceful moment unfolded, a hawk suddenly swooped down from the sky. The frogs in the pond, seeing themselves as prey, quickly leaped into the water to save themselves. But the terrified Frog King chose to frantically run on land, a suicidal choice. As expected, he hadn't run far before the hawk easily snatched him into the air. Just the Big Rabbit watched, worried. Without a word, he grabbed a mushroom from the ground, using his wide ears to fly up, aimed, and hurled the mushroom at Old Gua. But it was just a scratch to Old Gua. But the Big Rabbit didn't give up. Resolved to save the frog, he leaped onto Old Gua's head, delivering a combo. Only then did the Big Rabbit learn, this crown-wearing frog was no ordinary being, but the dream world's prince. To repay his life debt, the Frog Prince offered endless riches, insisting on giving them to the Big Rabbit. Big Rabbit had left home to work and support his family. Now he'd unexpectedly made a fortune, and joy instantly filled his heart. His younger siblings' diapers were secured, his mum could finally eat the cake she'd never bought, and even his own longed-for tuition fees were finally gathered. A sudden noise startled the Rabbit family. They gathered, curious, observing the scene before them. It was their eldest son, who'd ventured out, returning with honor. Since they got these gold coins, this family of 8 completely escaped poverty. Their old rundown shack became a magnificent villa. From then on, they lived a harmonious, worry-free life.